Hello and welcome to your information video all about the Textiles course here at Ashton Sixth Form College. My name is Erin and I'm going to be taking you through all the details. So first up, let's look at the course content and how the A-level is set out. So it's a linear programme and it's 2 years long. So in the first year, we're looking at getting your skill set really high. So it's all about building different skills that you will need. So lots of different techniques, digital and material literacy, making sure that analytical and research skills are really strong and you're confident recording ideas in your sketchbooks. By the time you reach second year, there's 2 main projects and they add up together to give you your final grade. So component 1 is a personal investigation, which means that you get to choose what you want to look at. So you build a full body of work based on that, and that's worth 60% of your grade. And then there is an externally set assignment. So this means that the exam board set a number of themes and you choose the one that you want to work in to resolve as a full project. And that's worth 40% of your qualification. So in terms of what you can actually explore, I'm going to do my best now to show you guys lots of visuals. So if you see things here that you're interested in or you feel inspired to do, then this would definitely be the course for you. So here is inside lots of my students' sketchbooks, so you can see the kind of varied things that we look at and the way that we record. So lots of different kinds of research, so artist research, trend research, looking at customer profiling, and once you understand what your project is about, realising that as a mood board to help explain and contextualise your ideas. We also do primary research, looking at things firsthand to inspire our colours, to inspire the techniques that we choose. Lots of sampling that come from our own ideas but come from our artists directly as well. And then developing those ideas, so doing different kinds of design drawings, coming up with different ways that you might interpret an outcome, and doing test pieces and mock-ups as well. So in terms of actual skills that you'll cover and things that you will have a chance to access, we do lots of print, embroidery, embellishment, so things like sequins and beading, fabric manipulation to create surface design, 3-dimensional textiles. Also, especially if you've come from an art background, looking at maybe the art side of textiles as well and how that can be expressed, different kinds of craft processes, accessory and product design, constructed textiles. Illustration is really key in describing ideas. Also thinking about CAD processes, so using programs like Photoshop and Illustrator. And then really thinking about how you refine and how you come up with your own solutions to a brief. So design development, making sure that that's really well supported with strong artist research, trend research and forecasting. And especially if you're designing a product, customer profiling is really important as well. So here we've got some really strong primary research, looking at and recording from different sources, also generating primary mark making, thinking about mixing colours. Also we might develop that digitally. Lots of varied sampling as well, so much like lots of the techniques that I've just talked you through, here's some visuals of just how wide and just how exploratory these are, looking at different colour waves, using things like machine stitch and hand stitch, thinking about how to create surfaces, thinking about how to create texture, how to explore different colours, and largely that comes from artists that you choose or skills that you choose to combine and put together and really experiment what those results could look like. Increasingly, people might want to make a wearable outcome. So that could be within a costume context, so it could be really expressive, it might be for stage, it might be for theatre. You might want to upcycle or deconstruct and reconstruct garments. You might want to take textile techniques and create something that can be worn. You might want to focus on a particular area of the market, so you can see we've got some swimwear on here. Or you might want to use some of those fine art processes to make it a really abstract or avant-garde kind of garment. You might know strongly that you want to take a fashion pathway, and that would be based on research. So you're looking at the market and thinking about something that's wearable in a real life context, using colours and materials that are appropriate for upcoming trends. Also, you're free to choose which area of the market you want to focus on, Also, it should develop and it should reflect your own personality. So you can choose to work in a monochromatic way. You could choose to use more muted colours, earth tones, and you would find the right kind of artists to support you in doing that. You might want to focus on menswear or children's wear in particular, and you've kind of got the responsibility of really leading that when you choose your personal projects. Accessories is a huge market. Lots of people work as sole traders, so you could have your own business creating and selling accessories, so things like bags or scarves or jewellery. Increasingly, people might want to get onto courses in the future to do with interior design, so whether that's wallpapers and prints and surface, thinking about the different sorts of textiles you could use, maybe within the home or different spaces. You might strongly want to be led by your artistic side and look at textiles that explore meaning or explore a story, a concept. Think about really interesting ways that you could actually present those ideas. So they might be three-dimensional. It could be a wall hanging, it could be a textile book, it could be a tapestry. Here you can see we're actually using found objects to present our textiles within, so you can really be challenged and come up with really interesting ideas of how you want to explore things. Also, we encourage lots of different kinds of material innovation. So you can see here we've used glue and we've used inks and we've used plastics and different kinds of entrapment, even using things like bin bags, old carrier bags. You can actually transform them and make them into something really exciting. We actually do a lot of work with paper-based textiles, looking at different kinds of structures and cuttings and forms can create really beautiful results. So this is some of our students' work. You can see here that these pieces are strongly represented by illustrations that help tell us about their story. So you can see that the one at the bottom is hugely inspired by like castles and also looking at churches and cathedrals and that kind of imagery. The one at the top takes elements from costume and like history, different types of things, so like ruffs and garters and corsets, and you can see directly how the kind of imagery that they illustrate from help tell that story. Also, we provide opportunities to explore that in a really wide way, so you might want to look at drawing or collage or digital processes or even using some of the items that the actual clothing or garment or costume is made from. And in terms of careers, textiles actually has lots of different pathways. So if your parents are worried or if you want to be able to reassure yourself that there's a job at the end of this, the creative sector is huge. So textile design could be a really good option for you, looking at maybe surface pattern, knit, weave, print. Lots of people just work within textile technology. So that could be like developing fabrics for sportswear, textile forensics or creating jewellery. You might know that you want to strongly take a fashion pathway, so designing for men's, women's, children's wear. Bridal wear is a huge market, even just accessory design. You might know that you want to work strictly within costume, so that could be for TV or stage or film. You might know that you want to get into interior design, so surface or wallpapers, looking at material or product innovation. Also, increasingly, people want to do fashion, but not necessarily the make. So you might be interested in illustration or thinking about buying, the branding and promotion side, marketing, or even art direction. Trend forecasting itself is a job, so working within a brand and helping advise them what's going to be popular and helping them to buy and create ideas that are going to be relevant to their target market when they come around. Lots of people have their own business as a maker or a designer or an artist in their own right, or you might actually want to pass on your skills as a teacher or a lecturer. So in terms of that, I think that you can understand that where it can take you is lots of different places, and really there's a huge amount of jobs. So textiles alone is estimated to be worth £32 billion to the UK economy. So there's 890,000 jobs across the industry, and it's only just a little bit smaller than the UK financial sector. For each course that we have here in the art department, we also support our students with resources via a blog. So if you'd like to see some of those resources, you can visit the blog at asfctextiles.blogspot.com. And if you're really excited by the visuals or the ideas that you've seen in this presentation, you could always look for more in terms of student work. You can find us on Instagram at ASFC Textiles, or if you've got any questions or want to know any more information or want to reach out and contact me, you can find me at erin.day@asfc.ac.uk. So we're relaunching this course. It'll be brand new for September 2021, and we're looking at making it absolutely bespoke to those different pathways for the future and making it a really, really important and valuable course for this whole region. So I hope to see you in September, where we can really make a start on this.